Wait, so the
Right.
fact that I have to pay for that? Wow.
Go check out the Horror Philosophy and Culture podcast, Scary Thoughts. Co-hosts Mark Kate and Chad Lott cover classic and auteur horror films, going deep while keeping the conversation light. I gotta say, this last week, I watched Get Out and then went back, listened to their Get Out show. I love doing that. Whenever I look at their whole list of shows and then I kind of compare it to movies that I want to see, I go see it, I go and listen to those guys talk about it. And they're always pointing out some awesome stuff that I wouldn't have picked out or elaborating on things. It's great. So everybody, go check it out. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or wherever you like to receive your dark sermons from the cursed minds of the damned. Welcome, everybody. It's Comically Gaming.
What's up?
Episode 91. Huge week, right? So I thought
1,000.
at one day into this week that we were going to be coming on here being so happy about having 900 subs. It was going to be
I
the
know,
coolest
right?
thing ever. In 1 week, we got 100 subs, brought us
Crazy.
to 1K. We got 1K subs. It's awesome. I never thought we would have over 1,000 subs. And just
Crazy.
really
That's
appreciate
out.
each and every one of them, right?
Bam.
Totally.
For sure.
So,
That's
Thank you.
how was that
Rock
week, guys?
Balboa. Good.
Crazy.
Who's
Good.
up? Who goes first this week?
It's me.
Sure.
Dirk? All right. Let
Hey.
it rip. What you do?
Yeah. Man, let's see. Let's see. I've been playing everybody's golf again, believe it or not.
Nice.
We've been playing back to every night.
I deleted it.
We are trying to get all the fish now. So,
I like
Once you
fishing
get-
in it.
yeah, once you get to a certain level in the fishing, you get extra bait. You get like the hot bait that can get you rare fish.
Nice.
So, like we're getting like alligator gar now and all these arthropods and weird stuff. I started playing a little bit of Celeste, still not enough. And Neverwinter got level 20, but the big news is The Last of Us.
That's
Beat
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
close it out.
Last of Us.
We need to find a spot on the calendar where we can do Last of Us spoilers.
Yes.
We could call an audible and just do Last of Us spoilers tonight instead of comic book.
No, I say we stick with it in case people
Yeah,
read and we're just
people
waiting
read it,
for
yeah.
the show. Yeah,
All right.
we'll stick
Yeah.
with it.
Just okay. So Witcher is still my favorite, but a very very close second, absolutely, with Last of Us.
Yeah, it's like a tie with me.
I always think that The Witcher is my favorite, and then as soon as I start talking about The Last of Us with people again, I'm like, you know what, that might be it. It's really, they're both up there, right? Like, games are too different to say, like,
Yeah.
this is
It's
better than
true.
this. They're
Right.
both my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I mean, completely. I can't put Doki Doki on a list. It's just different, and I love
Yeah.
it for what it is. But yeah, I'm playing through Left Behind right now. Probably
Oh, wow.
put a close to 40 minutes in, maybe 45 minutes. Just a great game. We'll talk about it, I guess, coming up at some point. And
It's
then,
it's unbelievably great, right? I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's like
just let it go.
award. I mean, how many? I don't know the awards that it won for when it came out, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it was everybody's game of the year that year.
really,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
had to be.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I think it's on a whole nother scale as far as storytelling goes.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go
It's
watch him.
Crazy
I gotta go watch the trailer again.
for the
for
new
two.
one. Yeah,
Last of Us 2, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
You
gotta
get
go.
more out of it this time.
Yeah, I get a feel for that. I understand that world now. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then not much else. I did a bunch of reading. I finished Kill or Be Killed Volume 2, and I was going to pick something else from my comic book club, but just to get you motherfuckers to read it, I'm going to pick that. because it's that good.
Nice.
It is.
What number?
I just finished volume 2, so it's probably, that was probably 6 issues apiece, I guess.
Okay.
So they're probably on issue 19 now. But one of the best vigilante stories I've ever read. It's very different. It's vigilanteism, but very, very different. And then the art is very Jessica Jones-like, which brings me into my next one. I read Jessica Jones 16.
Nice.
Thanos 15. Deadpool 292, which was awesome. It continues to be great. And then probably the best book besides Kill or Be Killed of the week was Black Magic 10.
Oh, cool.
So, man, it's starting to get ramped up in that series big time. Yeah. Some of the after that first arc that we read that closed off, you see some of those people coming back. So coming into the next arc. So that was my week.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
Dirk did way more than I did, it looks like. It was a crazy busy week. I ended up hitting level 30, Neverwinter.
Oh, that's right. That's hardcore,
Yeah.
man. You're right.
I know, man. Level 30 is pretty easy.
What's the cap? 70?
70 is a cap.
70 is to start playing the big stuff. Right?
It's the start to get all the good stuff, but it's got a great story. I like it. I killed a dragon again.
Nice.
Just go up there and kill that dragon. Played some good decent time in Monster Hunter World.
Yep.
Been trying to tackle a T-Rex, which doesn't always work.
Yeah. We almost had him.
We did.
Cosmo went.
Cosmo died.
Yeah.
Almost
weak link.
Sure. What happens when you run with trash, I guess.
Let's say it.
Yep.
And then I played some more Alien Isolation, getting further in that game.
Ooh.
Got killed once by the alien, and I was running in circles. Like, this, he was chasing me. I was like, oh, shit. And then he got me. I was like, oh, wow.
That's funny. I still haven't seen the alien in that game.
Really?
I feel like a couple hours into it, and I've never seen him, so I got to keep going.
It usually only takes about an hour and a half before you see him, and it's very classic. It's classic Alien when you see it.
Right.
It's pretty epic. I noticed though with you can hide and use the camera to go like this, and the camera looks for you.
Oh.
And if you have someone behind you doing dishes or something, it freaks out, and you're just like all over the place and stuff. But no, it's pretty. I still love the graphics. I still love the art. It's very Alien-esque.
They nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Just like the opening title screen is like, wow, they nailed it.
Yeah, and then all the cutscenes where the loading screens are just that really grainy blue screen from the film. It's perfect, and you hear all these noises, and it starts messing with your mind because you hear the alien like scraping and running around, and you get that motion detector from the movie.
Yeah.
And that'll start going off just randomly, and you're just looking around. But I won't get into it much, but it's still a really good game.
Nice.
And what else? The Olympics started. So my mind has been on watching the Olympics and some awesome sports like curling.
Yeah.
Curling's pretty great.
My wife's had it on. I'm just not a fan. I'll watch hockey. And
I haven't watched
snowboarding's
it.
awesome.
Dude,
snowboarding is cool. But I can only watch so much of other people flipping around.
If you watch anything,
you watch Red Gerard. Yeah,
watch Red Gerard when he did his final run.
17 years old, got a gold medal.
Oh, I saw. I didn't see the run, but I know who you're talking about now, and I will go watch it. All right.
My son was like, "Wow, he nailed it." I'm like, "Okay."
Funny.
And then I read The Realm #4, which we'll discuss later on.
Book club.
And
did you like it? Since I won't
be
part of the discussion,
I like it. It's
continue to be good.
It's starting to give you more of the story,
Sure.
and starting to pull you in.
Big bad.
But yeah,
Watch
big
it.
battle.
Watch it. You're about to get carded over there, Dirk.
Right. I will
Jeff's doing good,
card
and now
shit
you're
out.
about to get carded.
I'm just teasing. It's a tease, not a.
All right.
Yeah, other than that, no, I just haven't had a lot of time. That's all I did.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had a pretty busy week as well. Finished that Netflix series Wormwood. Don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it at the end. A little too long. It would have been a great 2-hour documentary. The 5-hour 6-episode thing was I feel like they just kind of went on a little too much about the same shit. But interesting story. If you're a history buff, it's must have. I feel like it does. Sometimes I kind of get down on the state of America right now without getting into politics or whatever. But I like to go back and see how it's always been fucked up.
It has.
Right? In a bunch of different ways. It's very, very rarely not been fucked up. So I like to it gives me some levity in this day that we live in. Saw a movie, went to the movie theater and saw Winchester. Anybody?
Oh!
I've heard about it.
I heard that was bad.
So it was all right. I mean, it was absolutely a 2018 average horror film, right? But not bad. I'm not coming and saying it's bad, but I feel like if you know the story behind the Winchester Mansion, do you guys all know it?
Yeah.
You don't know it, Corey?
I
do you know
don't.
it? So
It's like all crazy rooms and stuff.
yeah,
I saw the preview for it. Yeah.
So in real life, though, I mean, you know the real life story there.
Not really.
So the lady who was the wife of the guy who started the Winchester gun company thinks that all the ghost of people who were killed by the guns is haunting her. This is in real life. This is not the movie. So thinks that those ghosts are haunting her, and she would have seances where she would draw pictures of rooms, and then she just gives that to the contractor who's outside, and he builds that room onto the house someplace, and for the ghosts to go live in and stuff. So when you walk through the house, there's all kinds of crazy layouts and doorways that go to nothing and stairways that go just into a ceiling and stuff like that. So it's a cool story in real life. But they just made an average horror film around it. They did not I'd rather watch a documentary about the real thing than watch a cheesy average horror film, you know. But it was all right. It was a good waste of 2 hours. I mean, I joined the movie club because there's too many movies this year, so my wife got me that for Christmas. Once I showed her the list of the amount of movies that there are this year. And it's an awesome deal. I get a free ticket every month. I get a second ticket at $9. I get 30% off concessions. I get no online fees to buy tickets. If you go to see enough movies, it's worth it to look into those movie clubs. I'm definitely going to save a bunch of money this year. Dad talk there, saving money, cast. The Monster Hunter World, like Jeff said, I really love Monster Hunter World. I made this whole list of my backlog of games, that I was going to play through and whatnot, and just I've said I'm not going to add anything else that's going to take away from this, and now it's in my free time, all I want to do is play Monster Hunter World. And in Shovel Knight, I'm on the last stage now, and I just gotta say. First of all, Dirk, if you're into platformers like you've been saying you have been lately, when you're done with Celeste, watch for the sale on Shovel Knight because
if I'm done with Celeste,
Shovel Knight is the greatest. I mean, as I'm playing through Plague of Shadows, what I did not expect was this totally awesome story. The story is so awesome. I can't stress it enough. And the gameplay is great, and the music and everything. It's just this package that looks like a real simple game. And once you get into it, it's deep in a lot of ways.
I have it in my cart. So
yeah, give me
ready to go.
And then, so the one last thing, I gotta ask you guys, watched most of episode 1 of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I knew that was coming. Just by your reaction, I knew.
Most.
I gotta say, I stopped because I thought it was so terrible.
Oh my god!
The first thing in a long time that's been recommended to me by you guys that I don't get at all. You guys are gonna have to explain to me why these characters are compelling or interesting in the slightest.
I can kind of see why it might not be for everybody. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I just took to it like immediately.
I just love it. Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't have any sort of things that I can point to and say, "Oh, that's why it's great." I just took
Characters are
to
awesome.
it. I don't know.
I just feel like it's
Toru,
really,
Miss Kobayashi, Kana, they're all great.
I feel like it's super juvenile. Like, I don't know. I can watch juvenile stuff when there's action involved for the kind of action set piece scenes and stuff like that, and just reminiscing of my own youth and playing with toys and stuff.
Right.
Like, when
But
it's that
this is-
juvenile and it's just like supposed to be like a sitcom that's a cartoon that's got a bunch
It's-
of weird sexual references in it, and
It's the slice of life genre. That's
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if it would be for you. I was glad that Dirk liked it, but it's not. I mean, if you don't like anime in general and you don't like the slice of life genre like that, that's not action and stuff, then you're probably
to be
not gonna
honest,
like it.
I
Like,
do like slice of life stuff. I just feel that this was really juvenile. I felt like it was aimed at a 10-year-old or something.
You know what?
instead
It
of-
is, and they don't stop doing that. But as it goes on, you know, I guess the juvenile stuff happens, but it's so quick to me that I don't even really register it that much. I'm so focused on the story itself that I kind of just like, I don't want to say I ignore it, but I tune out the all the boob stuff and all that. So
yeah, it's just
Well, and even that, I don't mind. At least these characters are adults. It's weird. It's always weird to me when it's teenagers and stuff. But if they're adults, that stuff doesn't bug me so much. It's just I didn't find anything about any of those characters that was like, oh, that's cool, or I'm getting closer to this person because they're building their kind of
she likes to
whatever.
drink.
It's
yeah,
true.
she's the drinker.
She does like to drink. So yeah, there was like a couple moments where I chuckled in it, but largely, so I was watching it with the wife, and I feel like everything else that I watch, I would not be ashamed to watch around the wife, but I got like 15 minutes in and I was like, man, I'm sorry, as we were watching it, and she's like, yeah, and then like even when it got
You don't want to watch that with the wife.
I wouldn't. No, absolutely not.
me and her have the same taste. There's nothing that I've watched that I'd say that I wouldn't watch around her. You know,
Well, right.
We have the
But
same
I would get questioned immediately, you know, and I don't think she would get the same out of it that I get.
Well, but that's my point. Is you're getting questioned by me too. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
me and my wife are on the same page as far as television that we enjoy, and she kind of knows like my cheesy action stuff that she's not gonna like. But yeah, the cringy stuff for everything, not just the boobs and stuff, is just not not down. Anyway,
Did you try Devilman?
No, not yet. I'll try it. I wanted to knock out Miss Kobayashi for
that one might be more your speed.
Yeah.
It's a little
That's why I highly recommended Devilman to you guys. I like Miss Kobayashi better, but I think Devilman would be more in where you would like. But
all right, Corey, you're up.
All right.
How many games did
so
you
first
beat?
off, last week, y'all corrected me, said I only beat one game, and I did beat two.
You watched the tape.
Yeah. So last week I beat What Remains of Edith Finch. Finch. I just wanted to talk about it because I thought it sucked, and it got really good reviews, and I bought it on sale. I watched the little trailer for it or whatever, and it looked interesting. It looked weird, and got amazing reviews, 9s and 10s all over, and I just played through it. I was just kind of bored the whole time, and then it was over. I don't get what all the hype was about, really at all. Like,
was it?
I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong. Is it have like an artsy feel to it, like a art movie or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all the artsy indie stuff goes like 100% one way or the other for me. Either I love it to death and I'm like feel like it's so imaginative and unique, or it's like I'm like, man, why would anybody like this? You know, and they're all getting, like you say, 9s and 10s and whatnot.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's awful, but I wouldn't say it's great or even really good. It was just kind of average and boring, and like, I mean, it was, I don't know. It was, yeah. I don't know.
Hype.
It was just not for me. But then, so yeah, this week I finally beat Doom, and
more power to you.
Saw that.
yeah, that was
Wait, what's the
That's-
score for Edith Finch before you move on to Doom?
Edith Finch 5.
I was going to say 4.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, real average. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't good. It's a 5. Doom, yeah, beat Doom. It's about 12 hours. I was really liking Doom at first. The whole run and gun feel, just tearing apart demons, gory as hell, non-stop action, really good gameplay. But then I'm about 6 hours in after killing my 5,000th demon with literally almost no story and no breaks. Like, there's never a point where you're like trying to search for something or like do anything besides just run around and just get assaulted by a million demons and just continuously shoot them to death. So it was a struggle to beat it, honestly, just because it was just so much. There's nothing besides running around and just blowing up and tearing apart demons, which was fun for a few hours, but for 12 hours straight, it's kind of overwhelming. Like,
so I said it to you over the phone, Corey, but I'll stand by it. That doesn't bug me at all in theory. Like, I might not beat it because of that, but it doesn't bug me because that's what Doom always is. Yeah. That's what Doom 1 and Doom 2 was that. It was 15 hours of just monsters and boom. and so the fact that it still is like that and is still good, I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good game, but I'd probably give it a 7 just because, I mean, for what it was really good, but it was just
too much.
You know, it was too much.
We're gonna have to start documenting your scores and put them on the website or something.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But I could have used more story or some kind of break, like for example, the new game I started playing, Mass Effect, is like, you know, there's action, Mass Effect Andromeda, and there's big battles, but then I go back to town and I talk to people, and then I go, you know, try and get with the chicks in the spaceship, and then I go back out, and then I go into more action, and then search for things, and like some variety, so I'm not just doing one thing the whole fucking game. So it's
totally. It's 2018. Game
right.
Some variety, yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, playing Mass Effect Andromeda, I got that on sale a while back, and that game got a lot of hate, but I'm really enjoying it so far.
What was the hate?
Just, it was real, the animations were really bad. Like when it first came out, I guess they patched it, and it looks a lot better than it used to. They're still a little off, but they're not terrible. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, that looks horrible. Like, it's.
I feel like it just got the kind of hate of like, this game isn't done. And, and that was the same thing with 3. Remember, like they changed the ending to 3 because fans were pissed off about it. Like, like it just seems like the fans are super passionate, and when they put out a game that's buggy and have to put a bunch of patches out and stuff, that just makes more EA rage. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And people thought it was rushed out, and it kind of is. I mean, you guys saw the rock bug in my stream.
Yeah.
That was the second time I encountered something like that. The other one was in a main story mission where the objective at the point in the story I was at was kill all enemies, and everybody on my team was just blasting away at this nothingness,
right?
And like throwing grenades and stuff, and there's nothing there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then like 5 minutes later, this like dog pops up out of the ground, and I kill him, and then it like, so I mean, there are glitches here and there. It seems like it was rushed out, and that's EA.
That's a big glitch, though. I mean, for that dude to be stuck in a rock, that's a huge glitch for being for 2018. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And
yeah, I've had him in Neverwinter too.
it's glitchy, and it shouldn't be, especially for a AAA game, BioWare's game, and EA's game. So I can see why people are pissed that it was rushed out. There's no excuse for those kind of glitches, especially in that big of a game. But beyond that, I'm having fun with it for sure. And then other than that, not much. I've been watching anime. Trying to watch Gurren Lagann. It's like a mech show. It's really good. My buddy at work suggested it to me. It's from quite 4 or 5 years ago,
I've seen that. Gurren?
Yeah.
Gann? Yeah.
Really awesome. It's mechs. Mech show.
Right.
But really good. And I'm also watching Darling in the Franxx, or Darling in the Franxx. FRANXX. I don't know if that's for everybody, but
Slice of Life?
No, it's not Slice. It's also a mech show, which is like I was watching it and really liking it, and my buddy at work's like, "Well, you got to go back and watch Gurren Lagann." And so that's why I went back and started watching Gurren Lagann, because I was watching Darling in the Franxx, and if you're weirded out by like teenage fan service stuff in anime, then it's probably not for you. But be okay with that, and you like your crazy shows and crazy action and stuff.
No way to get out of that corner.
So it's just a part of anime. If you don't like that, then sorry, you're missing out.
We've talked about it for a long time, right? It's a mystery, but it is a part of it, right?
Yeah. But I love it. And then other than that, really not much. I just been playing. It took me a while to beat Doom. I play Mass Effect and watching anime here and there. That's about my week. News of the week. Number 5. Fantasy Flight Games' parent company has purchased Settlers of Catan.
Is that good or bad?
I think that's sweet. I like Fantasy Flight Games. Dude. It's hard to say. FFG. I like their games. They make really good games. I don't think this is a bad thing for Catan. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. I made this my number 1 vote because I wanted to make sure this got on the show. I got a lot of friends that work at Fantasy Flight Games who have enabled me to play a lot of Fantasy Flight games. Really like them a lot. So just like the full story here is they're called Asmodee is the parent company, right, that owns Fantasy Flight Games. They also own a bunch of other games. So in fact, I forget the company, but the maker for Ticket to Ride, they own that company as well. So it is kind of, it's this world now where like the way that Disney is stealing all of our pop culture movie icons and all putting them under the control of like one company, it's kind of doing the same thing for board games. So I would understand if people are against that they want to see things stay different, But I think it's cool. I think the Fantasy Flight Games are super high quality, and I feel like they're different enough. All the Fantasy Flight Games kind of have a similar feel to them if you play a few of them and whatnot. So it's cool. Like Catan is totally different, right? So you bring those people, the people that work for that company, into the fold and make better stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 4. Wolverine's Murder Mystery scripted podcast gets an intense trailer.
That's awesome. It's an awesome trailer.
No.
Totally in on that.
Let's pause. I want you guys to hear it. I think you'll have a different conversation if you hear it than
absolutely.
So
I did.
Let's pause for it. All right. So.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. I like that.
Sounds interesting.
It does.
The only thing, the drawback is that it's on Stitcher Premium, right?
Right.
No, is it?
That's what I said.
Oh,
Stitcher Premium.
Yeah.
That's the way that they're releasing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
You get a month free. You get a month free with the code Marvel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of them trying to go back to when radio was the only medium.
Yes. Yep.
And,
old-time
yeah.
radio stories. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
kind of
it.
cool. It's
I
cool,
mean,
but
it sucks because
You have to
I'm not
pay
going to pay
for it.
for that. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for that.
I won't
but
pay for it
I
either.
love it.
That changes the whole conversation now that you got to pay for it. But I was going to say that's these shows that I've been talking about, Tannis and what's the other one? Rabbits. That's what they're like. But
Mind's Eye with sound effects.
Yeah, but only not quite as well produced. So it's like
Right.
I've always thought like, oh, these guys are onto something. Like this is going to blow up, sort of thing, eventually. And to see Marvel putting their hat in it, I mean, that sounds good, right? It sounds like that'd be fun to listen to and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame because it all went down the drain.
Well, I would hope that, like everything else, it'll eventually be on something that you can listen to it for free with ads or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I hope somebody else gets the idea because I could hear some image characters I'd like to have. You know, some side Saga people.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It might do it for free. For sure.
sure.
Wait, so the
Right.
fact that I have to pay for that? Wow.
Number 3. Legion Season 2.
Legion
Date.
season.
3. No, 2. Yep. Date announced. What is it? It's not in the... I knew what it was.
I thought it was in March.
I thought
It
April.
was May.
May?
Nobody.
We should have
Nobody
put this
knows.
in the doc.
Funny. Do we have it definitive?
April
yet?
3rd. I was right.
April 3rd.
April 3rd. It
I
coming
was
April
close.
3rd.
Nice.
Yes. Yep.
That was close.
So, not too far out.
So, John,
Yeah.
you've got until April 3rd to catch up.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Dude, you
All right.
would love it, Jeff.
Spring
You
break's
really
coming
would.
up. Spring
Yeah.
break's coming up.
Yeah,
Binge it.
it's
Binge it.
one of the best shows out there. Sure. And by far the best superhero.
The only
So-
problem with that is March 8th is when Jessica Jones season 2 comes out.
It's better than Jessica Jones.
Way
Is
better than
it?
Jessica Jones.
Oh,
I feel like-
that's a tall tale.
It is. No, it absolutely is, Jeff. Sorry.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Totally.
For sure.
is.
The only thing that can compete with it is Preacher.
If those two, I agree. I agree 100%. If
What
those
about
two,
the Punisher?
Nope.
way better. I haven't seen the Punisher, so I can't say it.
No. And the Punisher's great, but this is a whole different level.
Yeah, I mean, I
Alright.
put Punisher and Jessica Jones on the same scale, and then Preacher and Legion on the same scale.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
level.
And Game
That's
of
like-
Thrones above all that.
Nah.
This conversation.
It leaves us to number 2.
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
Speaking of Game of
Nice.
Thrones,
Nice.
the showrunners of Game of Thrones are going to produce a separate Star Wars saga. So awesome, like separate from the Skywalker saga.
but it's still going to be under the domain of Disney, though.
Of course.
Right.
So
Yeah.
how it could be awesome, but
I think
don't know.
if you
Think it'll
look
be
across the industry of people making video products right now, and you say who are the best that we want to get to make Star Wars movies, I mean, I put these people up there. They do a great
Yeah.
job, right? Like,
And George Lucas, yeah.
not Georgia. George hasn't made anything good in a long time.
Since '83.
Since '83.
The thing, I think that the thing with me is that these guys, I don't like necessarily what they've done with the source material that Martin put out, for, to some extent. But in terms of big, like episodes and big scenes, they nail it. They know
Yeah,
how to
Right.
huge action scenes. They can kill it.
And they
So-
don't have to interpret anything. They do their
Yeah.
own. They get
Right,
their own
exactly.
deal here.
So, yeah, it's hard to say what it would be. I imagine you give them enough. They already know how to play with money right now. So, just give them more money. Let them go at it.
yeah.
I'd be curious
Yeah.
to see who writes it.
The first time I hear winter is coming in Star Wars and they end up on Hoth, I'm turning it off.
Yeah. I just like that we know it's good people, and I just really like the idea of a separate saga that's not spin-offs from the original saga or the original saga, a whole new deal. I mean, what are they going to write about? It could be anything, you know. Star Wars universe
expand that universe.
Huge. Yeah, they could do a lot of awesome stuff. So, and we got good people behind it. So I'm psyched to see what they do.
I totally agree, and we're clearly getting to the age that I predicted, where there will be 4 Star Wars movies a year, right? So,
right.
Just that crystal ball vision is still creeping closer at this point.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep hearing more and more announcements.
Yeah, you got one of these, episode 11, and a spin-off all in 1 year.
It'll be its own genre.
Yeah, and the Rian Johnson trilogy, right? And then Obi-Wan is already confirmed as well. So you're already looking at Han Solo, Obi-Wan, a trilogy from these guys, a trilogy from Rian Johnson, right? Geez. How quick can they pump those out? Like 5 years from now, there'll be 4 movies in that year, and in 7 Marvel movies.
Right. As long as they're good.
As long as they're good. Yep, keep bringing them.
Number 1.
Wow.
Bunch of trailers this week.
It's trailer time.
Yeah.
We'll just throw in the quick disclaimer like we always do. We talk about the spoilers that are inside of trailers on this show, right? We're as careful as we can possibly be about all other spoilers, but when we can't, like idiots, cannot help ourselves from watching these trailers, even when they spoil shit for us, and we're gonna toss that on to you. Which one should we do first?
Do the not so good one.
What's that?
Which one?
I didn't like the Venom one that much.
Agreed.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It just was. It was Tom Hardy without a mask, and so it threw me off because you got to see his face.
I thought Tom Hardy played a good Eddie Brock. Like,
I mean, I love Tom Hardy. I don't know what the mask thing has to do with it.
Well, it's only Christopher
Nolan. I was hoping we'd see him as Venom.
Oh God. Yeah.
All we saw was the symbiote in a tube. Which was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
What?
How far out?
Really tell if it's gonna be good
I
from
thought
the trailer.
Venom was this summer.
This summer?
I don't know.
You want me to look it up?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not that important.
Yeah,
we'll cover it again when it gets.
The trailer did nothing for me. I've seen so many comic book trailers lately that got me pumped up, and this one did nothing for me.
It left me limp.
Yeah.
October.
With you.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't get me hyped, that's for sure. I mean, you didn't even get to see him as Venom. Like, I was kind of disappointed with it, but it didn't make me think it's going to be bad.
Yeah. I'm kind of.
It made me think it's going to be second rate.
Yeah.
My thing is, if this was coming out in 2019, I could see it as a teaser trailer, and then that would be different. But it's coming out in October 5th.
You said October. Okay, cool.
So, I think they need to give us more than that. And if you guys are saying like it might be second rate, if they have more to show, they would have showed it. Like what are they holding back?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Sometimes movies that the trailers look really spectacular suck.
No, sure.
And the ones that don't give you a lot, that are kind of like meh, then you're like, go watch them. And you're like, holy crap, because you're not expecting all the good stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let's move on though to the next comic book one this week.
Okay, Deadpool
Which was great, huh? Deadpool.
Oh my god, dude, that was awesome.
Absolutely.
I love Deadpool. I like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah, you got the two different sides of this, right? First of all, you got the him playing with toys side of it.
Cable.
Right.
Freaking Cable.
And then the Cable side of it. Yeah, you can tell that you thought that first movie was brutal when the action scenes were going on.
Oh, dude.
It's going to be brutal.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be shockingly brutal, I think, you know?
Right. Sure.
For sure.
I like that they gave him the dialogue. They even had Cable swearing up a storm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but...
All right. And then the final one, Han Solo, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Solo.
Solo.
So we talked about Solo last week, and we had the commercial in the Super Bowl, and then the Solo trailer came out the next day. It didn't show a ton extra that we hadn't seen, in Solo. Listening to last week's episode again, I think we kind of nailed it. We're all, I think we're all in the same boat that this looks better than we expected it to, and also that he doesn't look like Han Solo, and Lando doesn't look like Lando.
No, he looks like Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I thought they showed a picture of Lando that looked a little more like him in it.
No, he got the voice down. Maybe some of the mannerisms. I don't. It's too hard to tell from the trailer. But I sort of see an underlying theme here. It seems that ever since pod racing was put on the screen, they've got to now have like drift racing style fucking action scenes.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think our community had a lot to say about it too.
Oh yeah. Let's spit it out. This is
Yeah,
question of the
so-
week.
There was our question
Oh,
of the week.
another lead-in. Wow.
Look at that. Not even scripted. So we actually got a lot of traction on Facebook on this. No one really said anything on Twitter because no one really reads Twitter because it's all just bots that retweet shit back and forth. But first person, Jeremy, said loved it. Needed more Lando. Chad from Scary Thoughts.
Yeah.
He said, my hope is this sort of film is like Fury Road, meaning Max is to Han as Furiosa is to Lando. And
So
then
I had to reply to that, and I'll reply to it.
you did.
Fury Road is one of my favorite movies of all time, and when he
Yes.
said that blew my mind. Like this will not be that. I guarantee this will not be that.
No.
But man, that would be awesome.
It would.
Gosh, they need to do that.
I didn't watch that movie
Well,
They
again.
and
need to
then-
give him a
it
Star
is-
Wars movie. That's what they need
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
God, that
George
would blow
Miller.
my mind. Yes.
George Miller with Star Wars?
Wow,
Holy shit.
that would be awesome. God, that would be awesome.
Great
That'd be like
idea.
David. That'd be like David Fincher doing Sleeping Beauty.
Yes.
And then Albert replied to Nate saying half of Last Jedi was a chase movie.
Yeah, it's true.
And the results are disputed.
So the different kind of chase movie. We got
Different, yeah.
throw
That
that
was
out
more
there.
like
He's
a
right.
drawn out chase movie.
He's right. Yeah, it was also a big long chase, but not different. It was different.
And then Francisco said, meh, I really don't know why, but I'm not too hyped on it. Make no mistake, I'm going to watch it, even when it's just a possibility I wasn't too excited about. And then Albert replied to him, said it can't be any worse. And then there's a meme with Samuel L. Jackson asking you to say what again.
Right, of course.
I double dare you to say what again.
Yep.
And then Phil said it gave me chills when Han replied, "What's that?" He totally had the Ford smirk going on. Shiny, clean, white Falcon corridor is interesting. All the shots of the cockpit made it look all new, which shouldn't be the case, but alas, Disney. Still, I'm down with it. And then Lumberjack said, looks good. Bill said, already posted it. Copycat, which...
We still had to get the community question out, Bill. You
I know.
right. You got there first. You are right.
And then Nate, asked him, well, what'd you think? And Bill said, looks great. Looks like Lando included. Chewie is there. Should be great. Kevin said, wasn't excited. Now I am. Love that they're including Han, Empire Corellia, background. Wonder how close to Legends they will stick with. Probably not very close. Deborah said, looks good to me. I think you guys know Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Patreon supporter.
Yep. And John said, looks fun. I hope the dialogue in the movie is a lot better. The trailer reminds me of Rain Man.
That'd be another great Star Wars movie. Star Wars Rain Man.
Oh, one quick thing. There's a rumor about, well, I'm not going to go into a spoiler about the Star Wars comic book, but a character from the Jason Aaron run.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yep, I saw it. Yep. Let's not talk anymore. But yes.
Right, right.
Cool.
So with that
Nice.
community question done, our next episode is going to be covering the Black Panther Paragon Spectacular.
It's got 98 on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I don't know if you guys saw that.
It's going to be cray.
Yeah.
So our question for next week is, how did you like Black Panther?
All right, everybody. It's the time of the show where we like to give the love back. It was given
Oh
to
my
us
God.
this week. We like to tell our audience to go support the people that supported us this week. So if you are a new subscriber and you share your subscriptions, we went in there, we saw it, we go through, we watch the videos, the ones that we like, we add to the list every week. We ask everybody in the audience, please go into the description of this video. If you're listening to the audio version, go to youtube.com/GCandC. Click on this video, go into the description. The links to all these people's channels will be there. They supported us this week. Please go to their channel, click that subscribe button, hit that bell, do all that crazy stuff that the crazy YouTube kids yell at you about every time you watch their videos. So, this week is huge. Clearly, we talked about it early in the show. 100 subscribers came in this week, so quite a few of them share their subscriptions. The ones that I'm going to start with are the Nighty Watchmen, Misha Strathoff.
Strathoff.
You guys got it. Yeah, I'm terrible. Gabriel Morkey, Manos Rapatos.
Rasposados.
Thank you, Jeff. Daniel Self. I can pronounce that one. YouDied.tv and Gamer Full Stop.
I got Infamous J, The Righteous One, Dr. Video, Red as Roses, Ashuria, Patrick Troop, Rad Science, and LOL Senpai 777.
Wow. Don't forget about Calamity Games, the Star Wars Refuge, Darren/Daz 3685, Mama Shep Streams, what up? JSW.TV, if no dot, just JSW TV. My eyes are bad, I'm old. Martin Plays Online, Knuckles Gaming.
Yeah. I got Hawaiian Gamer 420, Ro King K's TV, Shadow Bandit 91, FaZe Wolf, Hong Kong Tech, Admirably Entertainment, Remnants HD, and The Silent Gamer.
Nice.
I like how you're like,
Admiralty Entertainment.
Thank you, everybody, for subscribing
Oh my
to us.
gosh.
Really appreciate that. If this is the first time you've watched the show, every week we do a name of the week.
Wow.
Not based on the content of your videos, purely based on the list of names that we just read through. What's your favorite name of the week, guys?
This is a lot. This is a lot to choose from. So this is going to be a big award. I'm going with YouDied.tv.
Nice.
Oh.
I think there's a few, like, shout out to Le Righteous One, and the Star Wars Refuge hits me in the heart, but I think I got to give it to LOL Senpai.
Oh, wow.
777.
Really?
I like Mama Shep Streams. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was my second place.
I like that one.
Corey, you gonna break the tie or make it a 4-way tie?
4-way.
I like the Hawaiian Gamer 420.
Yeah. There you go, 4-way.
Our first ever 4-way tie where we could not come to at least two of us agreeing on the name of the week.
No one wins.
So let's just one more time. LOL Senpai?
Yep.
Yeah.
I said
Hawaiian Gamer 420.
Hawaiian Gamer 420.
I said Mama Shep Streams.
YouDied.tv.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Congratulations to the four
Wow.
of you for getting the coveted name of the week.
That's right.
Because I was with Nate. Because at first Star Wars Refuge, it was pulling on my heartstrings, and I was like, oh, I can't.
Thank you very much, everybody. Again, this has been Comically Gaming episode 91. We're going to close out this show with the Comic Book Club. We always have a spoiler discussion at the end of the show. This week's Comic Book Club is covering The Realm #4. If you haven't read The Realm, it's one of the best new comics out there. Definitely try to go out of your way to read The Realm. For those of you that are possibly leaving, please, everybody, check us out online. We post everything that we do on our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/GCandC.
Yeah. Find us on Twitter @GCandC.
And thank you to Fred Thomas for our opening music and Xee Reiter for our awesome logo.
Definitely.
Peace.
So thanks everybody, and if you're checking out, go ahead, Dirk.
Next CBBC.
Oh yeah, the next CBBC. Yeah, if you're checking out for this one but want to get in on the next one, I'm taking it to Saga.
Wow.
Saga.
Number one?
I want to go with number one so that Jeff can get into Saga as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to
geez.
read it again, to be honest. That's awesome.
Yep.
I was excited when I saw that.
Saga
It's in my
Chapter One.
bookcase.
Nice.
I have it.
Awesome. So yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. This has been Comically Gaming episode
91, 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It's our
What's up?
CBBC, our comic book club this week. For everybody that, if you're just tuning in for the first time for our CBBC, we pick a comic book of the week, and we do a spoilers review of it, so you can check in. And this week we picked Image Comics, The Realm, number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4. So, what'd you think, Jeff?
Oh man, that was I like I said. I mean, when we first started in a realm, we loved that it was a hybrid D&D kind of high fantasy sci-fi kind of thing. Yeah,
techie D&D. Yeah.
And then now into 4, you're starting to get more of who's doing what and the driving force behind who the overall overarching evil is.
The Eldritch magic.
The Eldritch magic and the orcs and what they're doing and some of the other players. So at first you thought it was just this one guy that just likes to escort people. And and then you have that, I can't remember what's the name of the one that looks like Cade from Destiny.
That's Rook.
And find out that she's a woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, okay.
Like Samus Aran.
Yeah, and it was, and I like how the characters they're developing the characters' relationships. Certain people are starting to come out a lot.
Right.
And you're starting to get a better sense of what the world is actually like and get that driving force.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously, I'm imagining that them picking that kid up is not a good idea.
I know, I got that too, because...
I mean, Rook is normally...
quiet.
Not wrong, you know. I get the feeling that Rook is, quiet, first of all, and is only going to speak up if there's something messed up about the situation.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they seem to be... It kind of reminded me of the moral dilemmas that the lifers face occasionally, where they're thrown into a situation like, well, we can't leave this person behind, but we also know that we might be in a lot of trouble by picking this person up. That's exactly what happened with this party. The Rook is still my favorite character. I mean, but a close second to Rook is that cutscene to the two. I don't know if they're goblins or orcs, but you got the sniper.
Oh yeah, yep.
And the other guy, that guy is freaking awesome. The sniper guy, you know, he's like doing this philosophy back and forth with the dumb one, you know, and sort of bouncing some moral ideas off of him in like situations, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I know what you mean. Smash, kill, eat, repeat."
Yeah.
I thought that was freaking brilliant.
That was awesome. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about that kid, and it's like immediately he's like takes a spear to the chest, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm good. It's just a flesh wound." I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That means there might be magic involved, which shouldn't be surprising. It looks like it's mixing or dancing that line between the tech world and the, like you said, the D&D throwbacks and the magic already. So what was cool, another part that I dug was Redjaw and his group.
Oh, yeah.
I love that whole line. I don't remember because it's been a while since we read, but are they working for the Eldritch guy?
They are. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They are working, but you get that sense of, I almost feel like they're working for the larger being that's trying to push the Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
But they have to work with that Black Sorcerer.
Uh-huh.
One-on-one, they don't like him, and they're trying to find
yes,
excuses
now I
to get
remember.
rid of him.
Yeah. I thought that
dissension.
chick with the rabbit mask, man, was badass.
Oh yeah.
That was sick. No, I just love I love that it's setting up for this. They're getting ready for this massive battle, and then they get dropped on by this insane creature with teeth from the back they're not expecting. It's like, whoa. No, I think the story is getting better and better.
I do too.
I was intrigued from the beginning, right off the bat with this book, but I was like, they're gonna have to fill it up with some material to keep coming back to it. You know, just because there's a huge market of comic books out, you got to keep me interested. But they're doing a great job of doing that. I mean, every time I finish another issue, I want to come back to it. So I hope that they get a nice, decent run out of it, and we get some more material from them. I'm hoping it's a long book.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they're putting feelers out there, waiting for it to get some more momentum. And I've noticed recently, going back to the comic book store to look for it when it gets released, it's starting to be more prominent and showcased.
Oh, good.
So, I think it's going to gain some speed. I really do.
I'm hoping the buzz is pretty strong on it, because, I mean, look, as much as I love Image, they're not always perfect.
No.
There's some books that I've read that I dropped after one or two issues, but that's a keeper there for me. So if y'all haven't checked it out, I think number 5 is out this week.
Yes.
Or from past weeks, so I'll definitely be picking that up.
Yep.
Everybody check that one out. And if y'all have any comments or any reviews you want to throw down on it, leave it in the comments section here.
Yep.
And we'll definitely hit y'all back. I believe next week we have the Black Panther special.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be covering that. So our CBBC is actually going to be for
2
episode
weeks.
93, 2 weeks from now. Right. And we're going to finally be doing
Saga.
Number
1.
And we're bringing it back to the beginning. Jeff will be able to start it, and what I consider to be the best book up to this point in comic book history is Saga. So it's not easy for me to say. I'm very picky about my comics, but I think it's the best out there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Check it out. If y'all haven't read Saga number 1, check it out. Get back to us in 2 weeks, and we hope to see you then.
For sure. Peace.
For sure.